on the transaction. That, to me, means more than the commission that you get paid. Because what you've done is, not only do you get a commission for the work that you performed, but you have started to set up a relationship with another broker, who, by the way, it doesn't matter what company that broker works for. We're not competitors, we're partners. There will be situations where you're going to go on a listing agreement, a listing interview, and yes, you might be up against another agent. Okay, so that's a competitive situation. Some you win, some you lose. But they're your partners. They're the people that are going to help you. When you become a listing agent, and people get to know you, and they get to know that when you say something that it's true, and it's fair, and it's balanced, and it's for everybody, that agent will be so happy when they have a client who says, oh, we want to go look at 220 Smith Street. Oh, and guess what? You know, Liz English is a listing agent. Or Murray Williamson is a listing agent. Well, that's great because we had a good transaction before. If you have an instinct that you're in a situation and the other person is difficult, the other broker is difficult to work with, trust your instincts. But don't you be difficult. Rise above it. Stay focused. Email information. Keep it impersonal. Just keep it about the facts. But trust your instincts. And if someone makes you feel crammed or uncomfortable, or they're trying to insert their will, you know, that's the kiss of death. And that person might get to that transaction and close it, but guess what? That person is not laying the groundwork for a career in real estate, because you are responsible every day for everything that you say and how you say it. I have to reference something that happened a couple of weeks ago. Liz, I'm not picking on you, but I'm going to identify you. Liz and Joanne DeSalle, who is a broker with Hagen & Hagen, and who is a very fine lady and a very good professional agent. They were in a situation where Liz had a buyer who made an offer on a property. The buyer did not go through their due diligence to get their loan. The deal fell apart. Joanne's client was upset, and understandably so. Liz did everything she could to keep her client engaged in the process. Nobody did anything wrong. Well, Joanne has been in the business long enough to understand the situation. How she handled it and how she and Liz set the tone for that communication, the deal never happened. But guess what? If Joanne ever has to show a listing of Liz's, or Liz is ever working with a buyer to work with Joanne, they're both going to look forward to it because they both handle themselves in a way that will create future relationships. So I think it's important that we can't always look at each transaction as a complete book, but it's the body of everything that we do and the consistency that we display to other people. And in this business, you can say and do all the right things. You can know everything that's right, and you can say it. But guess what? If you don't mean it, people will know. We're transparent in the way we present ourselves. And if we think we're so smart that we think it's about us, but we try to cover it up by saying and doing all the right things, people can see through that. Murray, you've been in a lot of situations with people. Your instincts kick right in, and you know if you're getting straight information, or you know if you're getting layered information. Don't be layered. Be straight. Tell the truth. People will respect you for it. It doesn't mean you're going to get every transaction, but we are transparent. So nobody can ever accuse you of selling something. Nobody can ever accuse you of having something invested in the game if what you're telling them is the truth, and it's from your heart, and you're absolutely giving them good information, no one's going to accuse you of selling something. There are a lot of buyers today who have a mentality, you know, it's a litigious society we live in, so people are always looking to blame somebody, people are always looking for a misstep, so you have to be very careful with your words, and if you don't know something, say I don't know, but I'll find out. One of the most important courtesies that you can display is in the feedback that you provide to the listing agent. If you're out working with a buyer and your buyer is looking at 9 homes, and you get back at the end of the day and you can't remember all 9 homes, you want to write every email and feedback before they ask you for it. Think of yourself as a listing agent and you know that someone is showing your property. You want feedback. Don't go chasing, don't feel like you have to chase the buyer agent. Be one step ahead and provide the feedback if you could right away. And provide honest feedback, tell the truth, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Many times listing agents respect and admire honest feedback. Sometimes a listing agent cannot communicate directly to the seller what you can communicate to the listing agent. And you don't have to do it where it's personal, you do it where it's just factual. I had a client last Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, we looked at 6 homes. One of the homes was in Whispering Pines, and I thought it was severely overpriced. I thought it was in horrendous condition. And we walked in, and within 3 seconds, we all knew that this house would never make our top 2 or 3 homes. The listing agent is a good friend. We've done a lot of business together, and I hope we continue to do a lot of business. I had to write him a very straight email, and I wrote it in a way that he could hear it. And he wrote me back and he said, could you give me some more specifics? Well, I did, and I wrote another long email. Well, I'm not going to make a commission on this home. I'm not going to write an offer for my client. But it's more important that I give him the best information I can, because when I have a listing, I want that from the buyer agent too. They're my partners, and I need their input. So always give good information. Don't say, it was a nice house, but that's fluff.